Hi there, my name is Tom Bell. Welcome to my 5 Minute Friday video cast on the 1st of August. Where is the year going? He says that every time, doesn't he? So what am I? I'm an author, consultant, educator, speaker, trainer, former NHS whistleblower, and now full-time PhD student. One of the things I'd like to talk about today, my PhD, I should stress, is in whistleblowing, and particularly in the NHS. And we have this theory, don't we, about speaking truth to power, that power doesn't welcome that truth. But I wonder actually if we look at what power is in the context of NHS leadership and senior management, I wonder if the truth is that we're actually speaking truth to powerlessness. We're speaking truth to impotence, which is why it isn't welcomed so much. I think if we were speaking truth to power, power that had the power to act, the power to change, the power to set the direction of travel, the power to set the course, I'm not sure we'd get the problems because real power wouldn't be threatened by reality. Real power wouldn't be threatened by an alternative view. And I can't help wondering if there are other areas of life where perhaps this might apply. For example, when we send letters to our MPs and to representatives, our police and crime commissioners or our local, councillors or whoever it might be. But actually what we're doing is we're speaking truth to impotence because let's come back a step. If there are two definitions of leadership that I really love, yeah. The first is that leadership's about creating the conditions in which the right things can happen. Yeah. So think about that one just for a second. Leadership is about creating the conditions in which the right things can happen. What that says about leadership is that it's not about the micromanagement of getting under, counting the paper clips and telling everyone exactly what to do. What it's about setting the conditions in which the right things can happen. Conversely, of course, that means you can identify bad leadership if the wrong things are happening. Yeah. The other definition of leadership is that what separates it from management is that leadership's about setting the direction of travel and not the speed of travel. Yeah. So leadership says, right, that's where we're going. There's the territory we're entering. That's the hill we're going to climb, whatever analogy you want to use. And management's bit then is to say, right, what's the best way to get there? Is it to go round that small hill and get up there? Is it to cut through those trees or not? Probably not, if we're going to be eco-friendly. Is it to tunnel through the mountain? What's the right way to get us there? The most effective, efficient way to get us there. Yeah. So you've chosen the right goal. That's leadership. The management piece is then how do we get there? If you consider those two definitions of leadership, i.e., creating the conditions in which the right things can happen and setting the direction of travel, and you then apply those back to what we would call senior managers, directors, chairs of, chief executives of, governors of, non-exec directors in NHS trusts, of which there are many, I'm sure you know, you'd have to ask the question, can we call them leaders if they can't set the direction of travel, which they can't, and they can't create the conditions in which the right things can happen? Not because they're bad people, but actually because the conditions are beyond their control. So there's a degree of powerlessness there, isn't there? We all know that health is a result of many, many other things other than just how we're treated in the NHS. Those of you who've studied or are interested in public health will be familiar with this idea of the social determinants of health, which are all these different forces which actually impact on our health. It's those little points of interaction that we have with the NHS, critical, obviously, at times, through the course of our life that determine our interaction with the NHS, but largely our health, our mental health, our well-being, our diets, what we do, how we exercise. Those are all determined by other things, other determinants of health, social factors, if you like, the quality of our work, the quality of our neighbourhoods, the quality of our communities. So I actually wonder if our issue when we're whistleblowing, fans of The Matrix, brilliant film, I love it. Where he's asking him, do you want to take the blue pill? Do you want to take the red pill? Yeah. Blue pill, carry on as, I think it's carry on as normal, isn't it? Red pill, never going to go back. You can't look back from that point. Yeah. What you're going to see is going to blow your brain and change you forever. And I guess one of the problems with speaking truth to impotence or speaking truth to powerlessness is that you're kind of trying to ram that red pill down the throat, aren't you? Saying, I'm trying to show you an element of truth, an element of something, whether you want to see it or not. The problem, of course, is that these people walk into that because the people who are powerless, actually, they spend so much time telling us how much power they do have and how they welcome what we say. They'll welcome our speaking up. They'll welcome our whistleblowing. They welcome all feedback. They welcome all comments. You've heard all these stories before. But actually, when you tell them something that they don't want to hear, tell them something that's going well, by the way, they won't even ask for evidence. They love it. They'll put it in a press release and it'll go out before you know it. Tell them something that they don't want to know, And that's the point at which you know that you're upsetting the boat. So I think what we're actually doing is we're talking about power to powerlessness, truth to impotence. I think that's more the truth of where we're at. On that note, I'm just hitting my 5 minutes now. I'm going to love you and leave you. All comments welcome, as ever. Have a good weekend. Try and stay safe. Try and stay solvent. And if you can, amongst the madness, try and stay sane. Ciao.